everyone, Joe here. Today is June 8th, 2020, and I hope you all are doing very well. And as you can tell, I am on Rollercoaster Tycoon 2 again because I have another park map to show you that I have completely finished up and made. This time it is Carowinds in Charlotte and Fort Mill, Carolinas. So this is exciting because this is the second complete map that I've made, the first one being Six Flags Fiesta Texas, and I would love it if you guys would go and check out that video as well. So the way I'm going to be showing this to you is through the park map, because I actually use the park map as my blueprint as I did with Six Flags Fiesta Texas. So obviously I do have a few disclaimers again for you. So I don't live in the Carolinas at all. I live in Massachusetts, but I have actually been to this park before. Me, my father, and my cousin actually went there to go to that park in April 2019, and it was very fun. I love that place. It is a huge recommendation. If you love roller coasters, Carowinds is without a doubt a must-go-to park. So this park was made completely from my imagination, as with Six Flags Fiesta Texas. So even though I feel like I've got all the rides in the right position, the dining and retail locations are just put down randomly because I have no idea where they are in the actual park because I don't remember. But anyway, so that's that. And there's also no water park, just like last time. And just like in Six Flags Fiesta Texas, there are the restrictions that apply. If you watch that video, then you'll know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to leave a link in the description below to where you can print out the park map, and we're going to follow on that way. So without further ado, here it is. Here is my complete Carowinds map. So the way I'm going to show this to you is obviously through the park map, and we're going to be looking at the second page, and we're just going to be going through all of the, I don't know what to call them, like we're going to go through all the sections of the park, and we're just going to look at the thrill rides. And then while we're looking at that, you guys can, look at all of the dining and retail locations and just browse for them, see where they are. But we're just going to look at the main rides at the park. So, and we're going to start with the sections like we said. So we're going to do Celebration Plaza first, and then Carousel Park, and then Thrill Zone, just like that. So, here we go. Okay, so we're going to start with the Celebration Plaza. So first up we have the Intimidator. And as you can tell, it is very popular. And I wanted to fit it all on the sign, so I had to get rid of that O there, if you can see. But it's got the Q, it's got the station. I hope that's the right colors. And it looks good, so we'll watch it go up. It looks like there's probably guests going in there right now. Yep. So it's got the right height. Most of the rides in this park actually are to scale, like they have the correct height. This one's 230, and I believe the real version is also 230, maybe 232. And then just like in Fiesta Texas, I actually used the supports, so that works like that. Except I know that they don't connect. I would have loved to have them actually connect to the supports, like you'll probably see it on Fury too, but I like it. It looks pretty cool, and it's definitely a great ride. Let's watch it go. So I know it doesn't come to like a complete stop like that, but the thing is I wanted to fit in 3 trains just to increase the capacity. And that's pretty much it. And there's one more thing I wanted to show you. So a lot of the guests were getting stuck, so like in this area, so I actually had to make a path to lead to the Grove, and then more paths here to have them go out, because my park rating was going down, and I realized that, and I'm like, oh, that's the reason. So if you play this game and, you find out your park rating's going down a lot, look for the problem, and if a lot of guests are stuck, you definitely have to try to get them to leave, and then your park rating will go back up. Okay, so next up is ripcord. So the ripcord's right here. It's, just there. I guess it's like you can't actually ride it because there was no such thing back then. But that's that. And then there's a Carolina Sky Tower. So this is also to scale. This is 262, I believe, and then it says 250 here, but I think the tower is actually probably that height. So, and I tried to get it to be, America colored like it is in the real version. Okay, and then we have Nighthawk. So, when I rode this park, this is obviously not the most popular coaster in the park, but it's definitely cool. I love the color scheme and how it goes over the water. As you can see, I made like a huge queue line because that's kind of how it is in the real version, and then I just did this Nighthawk sign right here. We'll watch it go. Oh, while that's going up, I'm going to show you the Kitty Hawk. So this is like a compact inverted coaster, and I tried to make it as slow and kid-friendly as I could. Yeah, it's about 50 feet. I think that's like the real height almost. And it's a pretty good ride. Me and my cousin actually rode it when we were there, and we know, we were definitely some of the older people there, but it wasn't bad. So yeah, I tried to make this as similar as I could to the other one. This is not actually to scale. The real version's like 115, and then this one's only 75, but I didn't want to make it too fast, obviously. Alright, so that's it for the Celebration Plaza. Here's one last look at it. It's got like the borderline there, and then the South North Carolina thing. That's one of my favorite things about this park. Like at near the entrance, it shows like the actual border, and then you can actually see, you can walk in two different states, literally. So that's fun. Okay, Carousel Park. So here we have the Scrambler. Nothing special. And then this one's Vortex. So when I rode Vortex, it actually wasn't that bad as I heard some people say it is. Especially with me being a guy. But it really wasn't bad. I recommend it, but it's obviously not as good as the other coasters in the park. So the weird thing about it is that it used to have a lot of downtime. Its downtime was like 50 the last time I checked. I'm not kidding. But now it's back to 10. So, yeah. This park's definitely gone uphill. When I first opened it, its rating wasn't that good, but then I fixed a few problems, and then it was all good. I love the colors of this coaster. Like, red and white with Vortex and Intimidator, it's such a good combination in my opinion. Okay, next up is the Slingshot. That's right here. It's just like the Ripcord. Nothing special about it. You can't actually ride it. And then we have the Grand Carousel, which I'm sure you've been hearing. It's right here. And I don't know if those are the real colors because I didn't actually ride it, but that's that. So that's the Carousel Park. I'll give you guys one look at it. Here's the Arbor Ice. It's got all the dining options, stuff like that. And then also, this is the Carowinds Theater right here. So with this ride, Plants vs. Zombies, and Snoopy's Theater, it's actually a 3D cinema, and it has different films for each one of them. So I kind of like that idea, and then, it makes it actually seem like it's a theater. Okay, so now we're on to the Thrill Zone. So the first one is the Screamweaver, which is right here. It's an Enterprise ride. It doesn't look like anyone really wants to ride it, but that's that. And then we have the Hurler, which is right here. It's like the major wooden coaster in the park. We'll watch it go. Oh, and this is the drop tower right here. This also, the reliability's terrible, and the downtime's weird. Here's the thing. In this game, some of the rides, like, just naturally don't age well. Like, Drop Tower, like, it just has reliability because it didn't age well at all. And I tried to make this as similar as I could to the real ride. We rode this coaster when we were there only once, though, but I do remember it had, like, this interesting setup. It's the right height, too. And I believe it actually has the right speed, too. Alright, now we're at the ride you've all been waiting for, Fury 325. So, I haven't been on Steel Vengeance yet, but this is definitely the best coaster I've ever ridden. It's fast, it's huge, it's got a great layout, a great color scheme, and I highly recommend it, definitely. So, it is 325 feet high, obviously, but the bad thing is I had to increase the land because it wouldn't allow me to go up because it has, like, the restriction. So, which is kind of sad because, you know, it's like flat land right there, but, you know, I tried to make it look as good as I could. But anyway, let's watch it. It goes over the entrance too, that's the best. And then into the treble clef. And then into that giant helix. And then into the obnoxiously long brake run. So yeah, it's a great ride, and if you look at the stats, you can see that the excitement rating is extreme, which is very hard to do in this game. If you guys are players of this game, I definitely challenge you to try to make a coaster with an extreme excitement rating. It's possible. And then this is supposed to be the hive right here, so it's got the souvenirs and the cuddly toys, sunglasses, hats, balloons, stuff like that. That's it for the Thrill Zone, and now we're heading over to the Carolina Boardwalk. So first up we have the Carolina Gold Rusher, which is right here. And this one also has 3 trains for extra capacity, and I tried to make the wooden tunnel as clean as I could, but I know it looks kind of messy, but it's got the 2 lift hills, and it's also got that tunnel towards the end, and it's got the right layout. I gave it a log cabin, and it was a very good ride. I think I rode it like once or twice, but, you know, it's definitely meant for the little ones, almost. Alright, so now we have Ricochet, which is right here. And then, this is just a regular Wild Mouse coaster. It only has 4 cars, just because of the station, and I like how the station looks, too. It's, like, very interesting, and I think I rode this with my cousin. My dad hates these kind of rides. No offense to the creator. But, yeah, it was pretty good. So now we have the Carolina Cyclone, and this is a nice ride because, you know, it's really nice to look at from the path, and it's good on an aesthetic point of view. So, you can see it go over and everything. And it's also got the right color scheme, too. I only rode this once. It was pretty good. It was rough, but it was nice. And I went into the brakes there because it was going pretty fast, so. And then into that final helix. So that's it for Carolina Boardwalk. Now we have the Blue Ridge Junction. So first up we have Copperhead Strike. And then this is supposed to be mountain gliders. I know that it's like, I think it's like a swing ride or something, right? But I just had to do that because they don't have that in the actual game. This is also a really good ride. I love this ride so much. So I know that it has like a different coaster layout almost, but I did it this way. And in order to get the launch going, I actually had it go underground, if you can see. And then it launches out there. And just barely makes it over. So when it's underground, it keeps on going through launched lift hills to accelerate it. I'll show that to you in just a minute. We'll just watch the rest of this. But yeah, this new ride was definitely worth it. I know that's a weird looking loop, but I wanted to try to make it good enough, like short enough, I guess, for the train to go over it. I'm going to show this to you quickly. So if you can see, it goes underground, and then it uses launched lift hills to accelerate it upward. And then it's also got like that walk-through section with the path, and it goes through that building. So yeah, it's a very unique ride, and for the other launch right here, this is also a launch as well, and I used the launch lift hills, and you can see it just came out, and look at that. That's awesome. Okay, now we're going to the Crossroads. So first up we have Dodgems. Ooh, and I actually forgot to open this one. The reason why I didn't open it before was because guests were getting mad because you have to like load it up and for it to actually work. But now it should be fine. So that's that. And then we have the Plants vs. Zombies, and it's just like the Carowinds theater, as I showed you earlier, but it has a different film. And then we have Afterburn. So this is also a really cool ride. It's very intense, it's scary, and it's got a really good color scheme, and I also like the nice jet beaming it has too. I think it also has the right height as well. Let me check. 115? Yeah. And then it's also got like the same speed. It's like 60 something miles per hour. So we'll watch it go through the first half, because I know you guys already saw the second half. So yeah, I just put like a few jets here and there. And then I know that there's a south gate here, but I forgot to add that at the beginning, so it's just kind of like a place for people to sit and go. I love how it goes like into a tunnel almost underground. And then into this cool element. Okay, so now we have the Southern Star. I'm gonna look for it. So this is a inverting ride. I know that it's not like, it doesn't have like that shark weird look to it, but you know what? Let me actually change the color, because the color's darker, you know. So, it's basically like a pirate ship ride, you know those rides, except it goes upside down. So, I didn't go on it when I went there. Like, we just went there for the roller coasters pretty much, but I'm sure it would have been cool. Now we have the Yo-Yo, and this is also a swing ride, but I did space rings for it instead, because they obviously don't have swing rides in this game. Once again, I didn't use any trainers for this, like, or any other mods or something. This is all just completely vanilla version of Rollercoaster Tycoon. Okay, and now we have Boo Blasters on Boo Hill. So I also didn't ride this, but I kind of made it into this kind of ride, like right here, like a, you know, like a haunted whirly-bird ride. And it's got the right colors. It's got, you know, that castle look to it. So that's pretty cool. And then we have the Windseeker. So this is also a swing ride, but I actually made it a drop tower, as you can see. So, you know, 10 times more thrills there, right? So This is also the right height. It's like 301 feet, I believe. And then this one said it was 290, but, you know, I'm just thinking it's 301. And it's also got the right colors, too. I didn't ride this. Wait, I think I did ride this when I went there. It wasn't bad. I'm not a huge fan of tall swing rides, though. I'm more of a roller coaster person. So now we have the county fair. And then here we have Flying Cobras. It's got the right train colors as well, as you can see, and it's going up right now. And I tried to make the station kind of look like how it was in the map. Like, it looks kind of gray to me. But yeah, it's just an average boomerang. Me and my cousin rode this. My dad didn't want to ride it, so. Oh, and here's a fun fact. A little bit off topic, but we actually rode Fury 11 times. Can you believe that? So yeah, we definitely remember that ride, no matter what. So now we have Rock and Roller, and I believe this is also a spinning ride, but I actually made it another Enterprise, kind of like the Screamweaver, and it's in a building, almost, and it's got that rock music to it, so that kind of works. Then we have the Electro Spin. This is a very unique ride. I didn't ride it when I was there, but it's like a spinning, inverting pinwheel ride, but I just made it a top spin. So, there's that. And then Do-Si-Do. This is the same layout as the Scrambler, as you saw earlier. But, and let me just save my game for a second here, because it's obviously improved a lot. And then we have Zephyr. I think that's how you pronounce it. This is also a swing ride. This ride has a lot of swing rides. Let's make that right. But I made it a roto drop right here. And then I made it go up really, really low. So it was kind of like a swing ride, I guess, maybe. So yeah. So that's the main park. And now I'm going to quickly show you Camp Snoopy. Don't forget, there's no water park, so there's no Carolina Harbor. So I'm just going to show you the roller coasters, and then you guys can browse for the actual rides like Pigpen's Mug Buggies, Flying Ace Balloon Races Magic Carpet Ride, Red Baron, and then this is the Trailblazers. There's no dinosaurs alive because I did not include those, and also there's no Snoopy's Junction because I forgot to choose a train ride, so I just put like coming soon. And I also love how it's right next to Intimidator, so that's cool. Oh, thank you, mechanic, for fixing the ride. Okay, and then here is the theater with another film. Here's Camp Snoopy's weird, like, where you can eat. And then this is Wilderness Run. I'm surprised with how intense it is for being a very small ride. And then the last thing I'm going to show you guys is Woodstock Express. So, I did not ride this when I was there, but believe it or not, later in the year, in August, right before I went to school, I actually went with my same cousin and my uncle to King's Dominion. I haven't made a park on that yet, and I actually rode the Woodstock Express there. So, that's pretty funny. You know, I didn't ride it here, but I rode it there. So this doesn't have the exact same layout. Like, I know that it, like, doesn't curve after the end of the drop, but I tried to make it as accurate as I could. And it's also a very low ride. What is this, 45 feet? And then it's got the queue right here. And then you have the banner or sign or something. And that's pretty much all I have to show you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And here's one last look at it. Maybe you could kind of get an idea of where all the dining and retail locations are. And I definitely recommend this park. I would love it if you guys could, you know, save up and make a trip there later if you don't live near there. It's definitely a place worth experiencing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and maybe in July I will start making another park for you guys, and that would be awesome. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good day, and see ya. Bye guys.